He sat at Jolt, staring at his phone. The banking app he used had to be wrong. It was early summer now, and the monetary figure should have been higher. A lot higher. "Hey, bro," Kyle said as he walked into the small coffee shop and slapped Brad on the back. He wasn't really in the mood for it this morning. "Hey." "Wow, that's the least I've ever heard you speak. You okay?" "Not in the mood, Kyle," Brad said. So far, he'd been able to keep his personal issues private. But it wouldn't be long before his brothers would figure it out. When he stopped talking and cutting up, something was majorly wrong. "Chill, man. Things can't be all bad," Kyle said, waving his hand at Rebecca to bring his regular coffee black. "I guess not. You live in a lovesick puppy dog permanent honeymoon world. The rest of us don't," Brad mumbled, and even he was starting to hate himself. "You need a date or something?" Kyle asked, smiling wryly until he saw that Brad was serious. And that wasn't right at all. "Okay, what's wrong?" "Nothing," Brad said, sorry he'd opened his big mouth. Rebecca put Kyle's coffee on the table and smiled before walking back to the register to wait on a new customer. "You can't fool me, man. Either fess up or I'll tell Mom." "Seriously? You'll tell Mom? What are we, 12? Brad said, finally cracking a smile. "I can totally revert back to 12 any time," Kyle said, before taking a sip of his coffee. "Fine. Business just isn't where it needs to be right now." Brad couldn't even make eye contact with his brother. It was embarrassing. The Parker men worked hard, always had. It was the one thing they all had in common. Well, that and good hair. A man was supposed to support himself, take care of his family. How would he ever have a family if he couldn't take care of himself? "Contracting is hard work. I know, trust me." "Yeah, but you have steady work. You buy a foreclosure, fix it up, sell it. I have to bid on jobs. And there just aren't many jobs in January Cove lately. I've been considering—" "What, leaving?" Kyle asked. "Yeah, maybe. I don't want to, but—" "You can't leave. It would crush Mom." "Kyle, I can't live my life for everyone else. I've got to do what needs to be done." "I agree, but I came here to deliver some good news to you, and it looks like I was just in time," Kyle said, a smile spreading across his face. "Is Jenna pregnant?" Brad asked, immediately jumping back into his nosy personality. "No, not that kind of news," Kyle laughed. "But we practice nightly," he remarked with a wink. "Gross. So what's this wonderful news? You won the lottery?" "I wish, but no. Actually, it's about you." "Me?" "Yep. My pal Jordan Gates called me last night. He said the Drake Corporation bought the Lamont Theater." "Lamont Theater? Man, we had some memories there, didn't we?" Brad said, smiling as he traveled back in time in his mind to the old movie theater across town, where they'd kissed a lot of girls and sneaked into a lot of R-rated movies. "Oh, yes, we did. Remember their popcorn? Man, it literally melted in your mouth. And their arcade was my home away from home," Brad said, smiling at the memories of the only time in his life where responsibilities seemed a million miles away. "Yeah, I think I still have high score on that Pac-Man machine." "Pac-Man? Okay, you're showing your age." "Shut up. Do you want to hear the news or not?" Kyle said, taking another sip of his now chilled coffee. "Yeah, but what does any of this have to do with me?" "The job is yours if you want it." Kyle grinned and waited for Brad to let the words sink in. "Wait, what?" "Jordan's uncle is on the board at Drake. The company is based in California. Anyway, they needed a local contractor who had good ties to the community because they want to do some big tourist stuff here.